It was awe-inspiring seeing Air Force One land at Capitol Airport. You know, going out there with the runway at the tarmac and then seeing not only Senator Durbin but also President Barack Obama come down the staircase. It was an awe-inspiring experience to see that happening and going through it. It goes really quickly. Also, what I took away from it was with regards to the governor and the president speaking to each other. For myself, I just welcomed the president and said, "Welcome to Springfield." And I, you know, on behalf of the city of Springfield, as well as the Langfelder family and the Dunham family, Barack Obama, his family comes from the Dunham lineage, and my mom's family is Dunham family. So I made that comment. And then he did say, he goes, "Well, maybe we're related." And I said, "Well, possibly." And so, then he talked to the governor about the importance of getting the state back on track and his love for Illinois, and the governor expressed that as well. And really, you could see the sincerity that both of them have for Illinois. Well, one, you don't want you don't want to say anything stupid as far as that goes. But when he came down, you know, what I would have liked to have done is take a picture or ask for an autograph. But really, I'm in the role of mayor, so you can't be the person as a fan. You have to abide by that role. So as a dignitary, and that's what I did. And you know, I had the pleasure of riding in the motorcade, which was a unique experience with regards to that, and going to the Capitol and listening to his speech. But really, is in the war of the, not as Jim Langfelder, but actually as a representative of the head of the city in that regard. So I think I did pretty good in that regards.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, members of the General Assembly, my fellow Illinoisans. It's actually kind of fun to start a speech like that twice in 1 month. What an incredible privilege it is to address this chamber.
I think the president's visit to Springfield, of course, the state budget being what it is, that was first and foremost, but also I think it was his opportunity to reflect back when he made his announcement. It was on the anniversary date of his announcement, and the importance of Springfield to that. And I think what he's trying to portray to the legislature is going back to your roots, and that's what really struck me, is how he went back to his days of the legislature as a freshman legislator, and talking about, you know, some of the first initiatives he participated in and the partisan politics that derive from that, but also getting to know the other side, working together to move the state in a progressive manner forward.
Well, see, I didn't want this to be a State of the Union speech where we have the standing up and the sitting down. Come on, guys, you know better than that. But this will. No. I've got a serious point to make here. I've got a serious point to make here because this is part of the issue, right? We have an importation of our politics nationally and on cable and talk radio, and it seeps into everything. The point I'm trying to make is I care about fixing our politics not only because I'm president today or because some of my initiatives have been blocked by Congress. That happens to every president. Happens to every governor. Happens to everybody who participates in anybody who participates in democracy. You're not going to get 100% of what you want all the time. The reason this is important to me is next year I'll still hold the most important title of all, and that's the title of citizen. And as an American citizen, I understand that our progress is not inevitable. Our progress has never been inevitable. It must be fought for and won by all of us with the kind of patriotism that our fellow Illinoisan, Adlai Stevenson, once described not as a short, frenzied outburst of emotion, but the tranquil and steady dedication of a lifetime. It requires citizenship and a sense that we are one. And today, that kind of citizenship is threatened by a poisonous political climate that pushes people away from participating in our public life. It turns folks off. It discourages them, makes them cynical. And when that happens, more powerful and extreme voices fill the void. When that happens, progress stalls. And that's how we end up with only a handful of lobbyists setting the agenda. That's how we end up with policies that are detached from what working families face every day. That's how we end up with the well-connected who publicly demand the government stay out of their business, but then whisper in its ear for special treatment. That's how our political system gets consumed by small things when we are people that are called to do great things. To give everybody a shot in a changing economy. To keep America safe and strong in an uncertain world. To repair our climate before it threatens everything we leave for our kids. So that's what's on my mind as I come back to Illinois today. This is what will be a focus of mine over the course of this year and beyond. What can we do, all of us, together, to try to make our politics better? And I speak to both sides on this, because all of you know it could be better. And all of you would feel prouder of the work you do if it was better.
It's pretty interesting. You know, I come out of the State House, and I'm kind of in a hurry because to get to the Hoagland Center in time before they lock the doors, there's really a finite opportunity. So when I was exiting, I came out of the complex, and when you come out of that building, if you don't go out the same way you came in, you're kind of in disarray. So I'm trying to find my coordinates. Well, there's another reporter wanted to do an interview. So here's my chance to go see the president, catch up, or do I, do the interview? And because they're the ones I see day to day. I did take the time to do the interview and what the perspective I had with being in the legislature and listening to the president's remarks. But then, of course, I ran over to the Hoagland Center as best as a 56-year-old guy can, and the doors were locked, but Secret Service allowed me to come in just to the entryway till they found out, made sure I passed through credentials and everything else, and then they allowed me to go in. So I did make it in time to listen to the president's remarks.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I see some familiar faces here.
Viewing it, you're at that special time in life where you have the president coming off of his 8 years, he's in his final year, and where he came from, where nobody really gave him a chance, and he came out of nowhere to become president of the United States. That really goes to show any individual that has an interest in politics, it can be done, but you have to have that determination, that willingness to persevere when others say that you can't do it. And that's really what President Barack Obama had done.
But it's that sense that we all had something in common that actually led me to be able to make that speech in 2004. It was that sense that led me to announce for President of the United States. It was that sense that we have some common bonds that has motivated me over the last 9 years since I announced. And that faith in the common values of the American people have been affirmed every single day. I mean, yes, politics in Washington can get ugly. And I talked a lot today at the Capitol about the need to change the politics, and it's not just because it's not just a matter of changing elected officials. The system itself, the way our media is splintered up, so some folks are watching Fox News and some folks are reading the Huffington Post. The fact of gerrymandering, the fact that a lot of people don't participate, there are a lot of things that pull us apart. But despite all that, every day I meet somebody who reminds me about why I'm so proud to do what I'm doing. why I'm so glad I went into public service.
After his time in office, we plan on doing a commemoration, and that's just started the planning process. So that'll be in the making. But hopefully, after he, has his term in office, then we'll plan that out and see when the right opportunity would meet his schedule. But that'd be our intent, is to have him back for that commemoration and recognition on behalf of the city of Springfield, and actually for the country. Thanking him for his years of service in the capital city and also with the country.
To Governor Rauner, Senator Durbin, members of Congress, Speaker Madigan, former Governor Pat Quinn, Mayor Langfelder, and the people of Springfield, thank you for such a warm welcome as I come back home. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to be home. Thank you, guys. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.